start. What the heck?
Oh my gosh, like, I felt like I was in my son's 125C class because I was locking bars with all these dudes and they were getting aggro. I was like, dude, they got a lot of built up testosterone, and I'm like, I need to mellow out. So I weaved through some stuff, got through, and just managed the race. I've been teaching my kid how to manage a race, and I didn't want to fail at that and teach him something wrong. So he was in my mind. I jumped the quad, Aiden. Holler at me later. I jumped the quad.
Right,
what's up?
right.
And man, I had a blast. I wanna really thank key people in my life. My wife, I love her so much. She's been with me for so long. My son, he inspires me. He's getting good on a bike. My best friend, Greg Loop, he is with me 24/7. Matt Servog, my best friend at home in Hesperia. And key people, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, they've stuck with me at the Kiefer Inc. Testing podcast. And Steve Mathis, Pulp MX, Racer X. I'm a Racer X employee, so I think Davey should owe me a cover because this is a race, and Racer X only does racer covers. So
that's true.
Here we are.
All right. All right. That's Chris Kiefer. Great story. Great follow. Plug your Instagram, your Instagram account so people can follow this good stuff.
Okay, I'll open it up.
Yeah. What? You're private?
I'm private.
No, you're not.
I gotta see who's following me.
You're private about
nothing. I don't
nothing.
need no hot chicks following me. I don't want none of that.
Bro, you let it all go. You already cursed twice on the podium. I can't believe you're private about anything.
Weege, I am so happy, man. I could hug everybody here. I'm just so happy. It's unreal.
All right,
I don't drink, but I may drink a beer tonight.
All right, we're going to make that happen. Let's hear it. We're going to bring Tad DeWolf from the American Motorcycle Association to the podium. Flip that number 1 plate over. It's upside down. There it is, your 40-plus champ, Chris Kiefer. Take it away, guys.
All right, Jason Weigand just in time for these ladies to make it around for their first lap. The whole shot goes to Double J Jordan Jarvis out of Clayton, North Carolina. She's on that SGB Kawasaki. I'll tell you straight up, they do the best work on suspension. If you are looking to have those fresh coatings, all the crazy colors, they can get it done for you. They've got a sweet running motorcycle right now. Jordan Jarvis leading this thing right now. She's got a perfect 1-1 Moto score. Taylor Allred right there with her. Hannah Hodges is third. Taylor Jones fourth. Katie Benson is fifth. Brianna Sheltima sixth. Sophia Phelps seventh. Shelby Rowland eighth. Avery Berry is ninth. Brooke Whipple is 10th. Jamie Astudillo is 11th. Susan Wilson is 12th. Brittany Gagne 13th. Carrie Wilson 14th. Brinsley Dias 15th. Bryce Martinez 16th. Mackenzie Brocat 17th. Madison Taylor 18th. Anissa Ingersoll 19th, and Landry Hazen rounds out your top 20. And there she is, Jordan Jarvis, the number 30 machine. She has a perfect score going so far, 1-1-1. And our second place rider, Taylor Allred, is right there in tow. Don't expect it to get any easier for her. Look at that. Bright green SGB Babbitt's Kawasaki looking fresh. Those guys do all kind of work for Jordan. Got the bike dialed in, the suspension's dialed in. Great group of dudes all the way, I believe, from Maryland. As we look at the number 13, that is Taylor Jones. She has got Katie Benson directly behind her. She is tailgating right now. Have to tap the brakes to get her off of you. Nope, she's just going to go right around you. She's going to try anyway. Taylor Jones on that 13 machine. Little squirrely coming out of that turn. She went left and right when she should have been going straight. And we are watching Jordan Jarvis, though, as she is trying to pull away from Taylor Allred, the number 34 on the orange KTM. There's the 13 swapping left and right was Jones and Benson. And we are just a couple of laps into this. Jordan Jarvis only at 1.1 second lead. They go into the 10 Commandments. Jarvis 1.1 seconds out front of Taylor Allred. And they will jump back out into Storyland. Jordan has opened it up just a bit. But there's the battle we're looking at. Taylor Jones on the 13. Katie Benson and Sophia Phelps, that's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And you can see the crowd lining the fence for this women's race. A full gate. Good to see a strong contingent of women's riders out here with us. The camera trained on this number 13, Taylor Jones, getting a ton of camera time. Katie Benson, she's starting to pull away from Katie, though. We want to watch that battle out front with Jarvis and Taylor Allred.
I'm back. That was a cool podium there. The 40-plus guys, they know how to put speeches. Great one by Greg Paymart, first ever Moto win.
That was cool.
And great stuff for Chris Kiefer. Taylor Jones on that number 13, the multi-time GNCC champ, running 3rd. Maybe had a shot at a podium in Moto 1, but crashed. Jordan Jarvis on the number 30, customary position for her, out front, looking at the 1-1-1. Whoa! Got riders off the side of the track.
That's not good.
You hardly ever see riders in this section, like off the track in that section.
They obviously must have swapped, and that's Brooke Whipple, number 19. The number 63 is Brianna Sheltima. So they were battling for 6th place. Sheltima was in 6th, Whipple was in 8th.
Bummer there, but luckily it looks like both of them are getting up and they're okay. As we go back to Jarvis.
Carving up the inside of that turn, right by the mechanics area, the SGB Maxxis Babbitt's Kawasaki ride, right past a 3-story Monster Energy viewing deck.
That thing is sweet. That would have been a good place to watch those fireworks last night from.
Yeah, I feel like they added another story. It'll be 10 stories by next weekend. It'll be
like
over
those
the top
trees
of the
on the infield.
Yeah, those trees never gonna block the view totally for us.
Monster Energy definitely brought it with the activation this year. Really redesigned the way the place looks, the cool viewing decks, the great concerts that we had on Sunday, and so much more. There's a lot of content that they're going to be churning out from this race as well. But the people around the world know just how impressive you are if you're participating in this event and how big this thing is. Jordan Jarvis.
Stretching it out. It was close. It was less than 2 seconds than it was 1.7 when they came by, but she's well over 3 seconds now. She's putting together a great lap. Taylor Allred gonna have to pull it back in and go after her.
Allred there in the number 2 spot. Here the 34, Taylor Jones, looking for a podium in the Moto, and this could be a podium overall, although we got to watch for Hannah Hodges, not the start she wanted. 9th right now. You got to figure Hodges will come through. Hodges had a great start in Moto 1 and trouble early in Moto 2 and 3.
She was up here a moment ago, so something must have happened.
Yeah, oh man, tough break for Hodges. And Katie Benson is in 4th. Sophia Phelps 5th. Shelby Rowland 6th. Jamie Astudillo 7th. Avery Berry, Hannah Hodges, and Bryce Martinez. That's your top 10. And that's all brought to you by Stasic.
There is the number 17 of Hannah Hodges as we pick her back up. She's got some work to do.
Hey, it worked. 9th. Let's see how far she's going to have to go. She had to pick up about 5 spots to get to 3rd overall. She had to get all the way to Katie Benson to displace Taylor Jones to take over 3rd overall.
She's got 13 seconds just to reel up one rider, Avery Berry. And then they're all stacked up right in front of her, 1, 2, and 4 seconds. So she's going to have to put her head down, see what she can do with the clock she's got left. She might want to spread this offense out, Jason Wygant. You got to start throwing the ball.
Yeah, he's going to have to go with a vertical passing game, going for big chunks of yards.
Looking for a onside kick, perhaps. Not nearly as successful anymore, though.
Those are football terms. Why? What? That has nothing to do with this at all. That's football. This is motocross.
Still following her, though, the number 17 of Hannah Hodges.
Yeah, we'll see if she gets some other riders in her sights. You mentioned Avery Berry had a pretty big gap. Let's see the lap time now. Hodges down to a 2:13, but Berry a 2:12.
She actually increased it to 15 seconds.
So Hodges not closing in.
3.7 seconds for Jordan Jarvis out front of Taylor Allred, as the effects of the pickles now looming on Jason Wygant. I'm sure some things going on in your body. You have 4 pickles that are the length of your hand. So we're talking about 18 inches of pickles.
Yeah, but the human body is like 9 miles of intestine. We're good, man. That's barely even getting started.
One little traffic jam and we got problems full of pickles.
Look, this is what you train for all year. You come out here, you push the body to the limit. You got to be able to just survive that.
Take the 4 pickles.
Yeah, recovery is for next week. Preparation is for the previous week, but where you're here, you got to live in the moment. And we put our bodies through a whole lot. You probably are thinking that's ridiculous, but you got to, I mean, we're catching meals anytime we can, catching sleep anytime we can, caffeine any way we can. Although I have to say, we are not nearly the grinders that we were 15 years ago.
This has by far been the most pleasurable race to call. It's been as easy for us as you can make it.
Yes, and
all things considered.
I, and Wes Williams from Verb Moto hastily avoid each other so we don't have to bring up the subject of, are we going to shoot any of these MX Sports Center shows? I don't want to know. You don't want to know. He doesn't want to know.
Just act like it didn't happen?
Yeah, exactly. That was a joke. We're psych.
We just fun.
We were never planning on doing those shows. Yeah, it's
lucky
really
we're here.
It's really fun, relaxing. I got to say, I know where I'm headed tonight. I'm hanging out at the Kiefer compound, who just won that 40-plus class. As Chris says, he does not drink ever, but I'm sure there'll be a fun celebration over there anyway. So that'll be cool to check in with him. Jarvis, she's going to celebrate as well if she can hold on, leading Taylor Allred by 5 seconds. Allred needs a moto win and some help to get it. Taylor Jones still running strong in third. I'm impressed. Jones, I guess she did start as a motocross racer back in the day, but now races GNCC and the full gas sprint enduro series.
She does pretty well.
Yeah, she really lit the world on fire for a couple of years, is winning all the races or nearly all the races. Also rips on the E mountain bike. But now in a rivalry with Becca Sheets in GNCC, and they duel every weekend. And remember Mackenzie Tricker?
I do.
On the motocross side, she's in there with them. Barkbusters and banging Barkbusters every weekend, I guess I should say, those three.
That's the safest way to do it.
Yep. So there's, wait, is that Jones in the 13? Yes, that is Taylor Jones in the 13. On the right side of your screen.
Number 74 just behind her. I believe she might have gone a lap down. There's Jones, Phelps, and Benson just out of screen.
And I have been lapped at many a GNCC by Taylor Jones, I can tell you that. That's when you hook in, hitch a ride, learn from them, and then I just match their pace the rest of the day is what I do.
I literally will hitch a ride. I was like, hey, can I just ride?
Yeah, that would be, could you just tow me?
I was kidding. I was leaving my bike.
Just get on the back.
Yeah, literally.
I might do that.
Literally.
Jarvis with the race clock winding down, looking for a title. I'm going to do a quick search into the Hall of Fame here.
Okay, see how many she's
Still
got.
get those programs. I think it slipped away last year. It was highly contested going into the final moto, and the championship, I believe, switched over or flipped over late to Jasmine Canfield. Canfield not here. I think she's still out with injury. We had her actually helping as one of our apprentice announcers at Daytona earlier this year. And shout out to our buddy David Iser at DMXS Radio, who always helps us out with the call at the Ricky Carmichael Amateur Supercross. And waiting on Jarvis, clicking the laps off, just wants to make sure this thing does not slip away. I know Jarvis has some goals. She wanted to qualify for a national against the boys in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross last year. Got to assume she's going to pick up that challenge again, maybe starting next weekend right here at Loretta's. JJ, Jordan Jarvis.
There it is.
Working on her 5th career championship. She won the girls class in 2014 and 2016. And also won the women's class at the same time in 2016. And then also in 2018.
Played up, if you will.
Yeah.
That's impressive. She's always been great on a motorcycle, making that SGB Maxxis Babbitt's Kawasaki ride looking fresh.
We cruised by their pit last night. Bunch of really fun guys over there.
Yeah, I like those guys.
The SGB.
They're in it for the love, man. They came out of nowhere, too. They're doing everybody's stuff.
Yes.
The fancy, cool-looking stuff.
Yeah, they got a great team in Supercross with Alex Ray,
AJ
riders like that,
Catanzaro.
AJ Catanzaro. And if you folks watched Red Bull Straight Rhythm last year, a lot of those retro look 125s were actually built, or really, a couple guys built their own, but for the most part, those replica bikes were built by SGB Racing. They spent a lot of money just because it was cool.
Just to make
They didn't sell those bikes or anything.
Nope.
And they also backed Jarvis. He's trying to win this title here.
They're the ones doing my suspension for my 89 KX.
Oh, really?
5, yep.
Yep.
Awesome guys.
And guy who runs that team is a cop in Baltimore.
Is he still a cop?
I can't remember if he's still doing that anymore. I believe he retired, and this is what he did. And I asked him, Baltimore, you do the Wheelie Boys up there, and I said, what?
Down?
He told me,
eye.
he actually told me of some of the police chase tactics of how you stop someone from running from you on a motorcycle.
How do you do that? Don't want to let it out, cat out of bag?
You get beside them in a car. I'll just put it that way. You get up next to them in a car, and then there's not much they can do. You got advantage car. You get to that situation. You just try to squeeze them a little bit. You don't hurt them.
Sure.
You just let them know that if you want to get aggressive, you're going to lose, so you better stop.
Undefeated is the car versus
Yeah,
the motorcycle.
exactly.
I would imagine.
So that's the folks over there at SGB Graphics. Yep, retired police officer, started a motocross team. Jarvis is on it. They're looking for a title. You can see their rig near the pool, which is not open this year, but you know where the pool
Near
is.
Matt Walker's place up there on that main track there.
Really fun group to hang out with. We saw Tennessee's own A-Ray, Alex Ray, hanging out with him down on the track earlier in the week. A-Ray will be racing for him next weekend in the pro race. Jarvis trying to wrap this up ahead of Allred, Jones, Phelps, Benson. Hodges not able to make moves. She's still stuck in ninth after early trouble.
Yeah, she still needs to make 4 more passes to jump up into that top 3. So
yeah,
not sure it's going to happen. Hodges still 14 seconds back of Shelby Rowland. So now 10 seconds. Still don't think it's going to happen there. But Jordan Jarvis making it happen. 10 seconds out front of Taylor Allred.
Hey, you know what we like to say in the younger kids classes? The boys generally, we always say they don't have the old school names.
Right.
So I want to give a shout out to 20th place, Susan Wilson.
That's great.
One of the few just...
What about the lovely Sophia?
Sophia, yes. Susan Wilson.
Wow, Carrie.
It's a standard name.
Carrie.
Yeah, but not Karen. Don't say Karen. Karen's an insult these days. There's
Susan Wilson.
I don't see any Karens in this field.
Nope.
Okay, Karen.
A little more classy are the ladies, would you say? Or just...
Yeah. Oh, the names.
Yeah, the names.
Yeah, but they got the uniqueness.
Do we
That's
have
what I'm
Ginger
saying.
out there?
Is there a Ginger out there? What I'm saying is,
Impressive.
This class has the uniqueness of the female names, first names, just like you see in the men's classes moving up now.
Right.
You don't get a lot of standard women's names. It's a lot more creative these days, just like the boys' names that we see.
We have Eleanor out there. Eleanor Ogden.
Eleanor. Okay, we do have an Eleanor. Okay. Out front, Jordan Jarvis, 2 to go, says Jeff Canfield, MX Sports and the AMA.
Man,
2 to
get
go.
him to do that every time. He has the radio. We could have totally
we have one moto to go on a Friday, and we finally are getting hand signals that there are 2 to go.
Jeff Canfield.
There's a couple things we will never figure out. How to see the flag that is right beneath us in this tower.
Never.
We have not figured this out in 15 years.
We need one of those big round
this race.
convex mirrors that you see to try to look around the end of a corner. We can stick that over here on the side of that right there.
That is true. Kevin Kelly and myself, Jason Wygant, 15 years. We've announced this starting 05, and here we are in 2020.
Nothing's changed.
Nope, not improving our lot in life at all. And what people don't know is we are in this tower. We stay here all year.
Yes. I will commute. You'll come back, and we'll go back and forth.
Yes.
We change it around. Obviously, we put our living equipment in here. So.
Yes, but we live in this tower.
Yes.
And then for 1 week, we announce the race. It's out
Clear
front of the
everybody
windows.
out. Please take your shoes off when you come in here. Just respect our living space.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's 2 stories. I like that. We got our work room downstairs, and the hangout room, party zone,
we get it down
is up here. Yeah. Jordan Jarvis has a lap and a half to go to win her 5th championship here at Loretta Lynn Ranch, and I will greet her on the podium if she holds on. Taylor Allred, time is running out on salvaging this one. Looking for a solid 2nd right now is she.
So it's a good news, bad news scenario for Jordan Jarvis. She's going to win the championship. That is the good news. The bad news is the man that has to, thankfully, socially distance, hand her the awards and talk to her, Jason Wygant. Thankfully, social distance has kind of put a curve on how miserable that experience is as we work towards a championship for the number 30, Jordan Jarvis, out of North Carolina. The SGB Maxxis Favets Kawasaki ride ripping right along. 1 minute to go before we see the white flag, or we should see the white flag this time around. And Double J, Jordan Jarvis, is going to go a perfect 1-1-1 moto sweep. Mom's back home working, I'm sure, in a cubicle. Maybe she's back at the house. Who knows? I guarantee you she's watching this. 1 more to go, white flag. Up and over, she's got to work her way around some lap traffic. She's out to a 15-second lead. I'm sure Dad has the pit board flashing that information as she works her way to the mechanics area as Jeff Canfield just flat guzzles some Dasani water. He put that down like, watch Jeff Canfield just chug that water, just turning it up. It's been a rough, long day for Jeff. He's handling business. He is the timekeeper here, keeps everything moving along. Along with Roy Jansen at Pro Motocross, he and Jeff Canfield handling business. As we watch the number 30, Jordan Jarvis, the blue flags are out saying, kindly, if you would, slide to the left or right as Miss Jarvis is making her way through. Jordan will make her way one more time through the 10 Commandments, through the smoke. She'll triple out. And Allred back about 17 seconds. Sophia Phelps is third. Taylor Jones fourth. Katie Benson fifth. Avery Berry sixth. Jamie Astudillo is seventh. Shelby Rowland eighth. Hannah Hodges ninth. Vivian Contreras round out our top 10. But the lady of the hour with that flow green plastic, it is Jordan Jarvis. Cruise on over to SGB and let them bang out some suspension for you if you want those crazy colors on the fork legs, all the Cerakote, all the cool stuff. Those guys are where you need to start. They are here. They can ship it anywhere. They have my forks, my 31-year-old forks. Can't wait to see what those look like. Jordan has but about a half a lap to go, and she is going to knock this one out. 1-1. It's going to be her 5th title. How about that? That's building quite the resume here at Loretta Lynn's. Here she comes. She's over that single. She's got the Polysport sweeper, and she's going to call this one done. Go get that pedicure, get the nails done. She's had to knock those out of the way here for the last week. Now she can pamper herself with some of that Team Green Kawasaki contingency money. Go to the spa. You earned it. Jordan Jarvis, congratulations. You are the champ. 111 Moto scores. She will best the number 34 KTM of Taylor Allred as we continue to watch the riders file through the finish line. There is the number 34, Taylor Allred. She will finish up second overall. 3.22 scores for Taylor Allred. The number 13 of Taylor Jones. 6.34 scores should be good enough for third. Nope, that's Phelps in the number 3 spot, but Jones will finish up third overall. And that'll do it here from the tower. We're going to get ready to toss it down to Jason Weigott. We have but one more moto left on the day, and that's going to be a doozy. The 125, 12 to 17 BC. Jason Weigott, what do you have going on?
Well, we got a podium celebration and a championship celebration all at once here for Jordan Jarvis. And I think we had a flip of that third place position late in the race, correct? Taylor Jones will be third overall, but I believe Sophia Phelps, slipped in there for late in the race to take that podium spot in the moto away. So we'll get Phelps up here, and Taylor already a good job all week, consistent. She will be second. Great charge. We'll bring Phelps on up for third. Never gave up on it. Down to her very last moto. She pulls out bronze. All right, we'll get this podium show going. We'll start with our third place finisher. She picked up an extra spot late, leaps from 4th to 3rd. And there is the bronze. Let's hear it for Sophia Phelps. How'd you make that pass late in the game? Whew. One sec. There you go.
You know, that was all thanks to my dad for being an awesome mechanic and, you know, giving me good pit board messages like, you got this. And also CrossFit Dixie back home, they've really gotten me to a good fitness level where at the end I can charge and put down some of my best laps at the end of the moto.
Well said. You proud of that? You happy with it?
Yes. Yeah. I'm so stoked, honestly.
That is what we like to hear. Who do you want to thank?
I like to thank Rocky Mountain ATV, MC, Fly, Fast Company, Factory Connection, my awesome parents, family, and friends, RMX Series, R&D, Kyle Lewis, MX Academy, Scott, DT1, Mika Metals, and the Bar family, and Lewis family, and Aggressive Excavation. So thankful for all those guys and everything they do for me. Thank you very much.
Very good. Let's hear it for Sophia Phelps. We'll bring up second place in the moto, and I believe it's second place in the champ. She rode hard, looking for Taylor. Let's bring up the KTM rider, finishing up in the number 2 position. Let's hear it for Taylor Allred. All right, Taylor, tell me about that one.
Yeah, I got off to a good start, paced behind Jordan. I made a pass on her in 10 Commandments. I made a mistake, and she got around me again, but it was a fun race, and Hopefully come back stronger next year.
Yep. Who do you want to thank?
The whole KTM Orange Brigade crew, my mom, my dad, Fly, Dunlop, Hope and Nate, Monster Army, Pro Taper, Ethica, and anyone else I forgot. Thank you.
Taylor Allred, second place. Congratulations on that. Orange Brigade is happy. And now we will present for the 5th time in that championship to JJ. Let's bring her on up. We got a lot of fun here, I'll tell you what. Hey, line the fences for this. This is a big deal. Come on up. She did it all. She got the Stasic Hole Shot Award. She gets the Moto win. She gets the national championship. Let's hear it for JJ Jordan Jarvis. Woo. They brought a leg down here for her to sign like that one in the Christmas Story movie. Oh, she is stoked. Man, last year's championship was so tight, so close, such a nail biter. Were you thinking about this 365 days of getting back up here and getting it?
I definitely needed it. I had a rough week last year. I think I came into it with a 2-2-1, and the championship came down to the last lap, and unfortunately I didn't get it. It was a heartbreaker, but it definitely makes us win a heck of a lot smoother.
Your crew, by the way, that seems like a real fun-loving group that you got to hang out with this new team.
Oh, for sure. The whole SGB, Kawasaki, Monster, Babbitt, Blood Racing, Recluse, everybody over there at the SGB team is really doing hard work, especially for me on the amateur side of it when they're pro team. But they're definitely keeping everything light and enjoyable for me.
We saw you try some pro nationals last year. You're going to give those another whirl this year?
For sure. I'm definitely going to. And then my first one of this year is actually going to be here next weekend.
All right. Hey, you got the track dialed. You got the track dialed. Awesome. Who do you want to thank for this title?
My mom, my dad, my mom and sister are actually at home watching right now. Monster, Scott, Atlas, Pro Moto Billet, Recluse, Engine Ice, Blood, South Fork, NCMP, County Line, Cow Branch, Risk Racing, SOB. Everybody, all the local tracks around my house right now, they've been doing a lot of work for me, letting me come out when they're not really open. So they're doing a lot for me to help me get ready for the races and the nationals, and everyone else. Mike.